Hey, hello everyone. It's your host, Brandy Joy, here with a voice to be reckoned with. How are you all doing today? I hope well, and I'm finding you guys in good spirits and enjoying the holiday. Guys, I know that I said this month we're dedicating completely to joyous, happy, fun times, and don't get me wrong, that is still what's happening, the case to be. But I mean, some things you just have to still address or discuss or whatever it may be. And this time of the year for some people are very, very sensitive times. And things that go on in this world, the cruel and the ugly things that go on in this world, don't stop. You know what I mean? Just because, you know what I mean, we want to have a good time or whatever it may be. And then we have to remember those ones that aren't having such a good time and that are dealing with, the loss of someone. And it's like, you just got to make sure that we always consider others and don't get caught up in our own, good times and happiness. Let's, try to reach out to as many people as we can to let them know that they matter and that they're being thought of, So as I say that, right now on my heart is, of course, as you guys know, the advocating for the bullying is still well and alive in me. And I'm a single mom, and I do the best that I can by myself, with going to work and taking care of my son and taking care of his needs and keeping him active in healthy, activities and stuff, And if you guys followed my story, you know that I had been, dealing with some situations in the school with my son and getting him in the right safe place, the right safe environment, when it comes to the ignorance of many of what bullying is. I mean, I don't know how we expect these kids to know anything or get them under reps if as adults don't even got a clue. You know what I mean? They're screwed. Might as well look at it like that. Screwed. You know what I mean? If adults, you know what I mean? So, let's put it like this. Sometimes a person won't do anything about anything unless it's happening directly to them. They don't have a thought, a care, a coldness to it. And then all of a sudden, God forbid, you know what I mean? And sometimes that's how it is. But then sometimes it's just how people just really don't care. Okay, they rather hear about last night's game, their boxing, the reality TV, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I got a purpose. I know I have a purpose, and it's not about just helping myself. You know what I'm saying? This right here is passionate to me because I've always, since I was younger, loved, the idea of working with kids, and also have one, and even as a mother, all this, connects me. So, yeah. But, it really needs to be addressed. Like, I can't even see it being tolerated just a little bit. I can't even see another adult tolerating just a little bit. I fit you in as being a bully too, if you're not doing anything about it. If you just close a blind eye or just look to the side or minimize it. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what you're minimizing. You can't say how that kid's going to react or you don't know. Sit there and say, we don't know what they're dealing with at home. Well, I mean, okay. Same for us. We don't know what they're dealing with at home. So therefore, why should they be subjected anywhere else? You know what I mean? And I don't want to be verbally screwed with all day and torn down all day and then expect to listen and learn. You know what I mean? And all these expectations and demands of a child. But yet, you're telling me that my issues and my harassment is minuscule. I mean, how disrespectful is that to children? To tell them that they tripping and it's nothing and it's just normal. But okay. But let a grown adult have them same issues and it's supposed to be that's a problem. You grown. You should be able to deal with it. That's what I was thinking if I was a kid. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody's got to get it together here and really just put aside the BS, put aside the selfishness. And if you're selfish, then just step completely out the game because we don't need any distractions. Don't be in here faking the funk like you want to help but you really don't give two shits. You know what I'm saying? Just move along, move to the side. Because in this case right here, this is such a sensitive matter. You know what I mean? I could never turn a kid and tell them away to tell them that that's the norm and give them all the not helpful ways how to handle it. Stay away from it. Don't go over there. Really? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in the world. Don't go over there. Stay away from them. So the other kid can't move how they want to. I mean, they have rights too. This is their area, wherever they're at. Why they got to stay away? You know what I mean? And don't walk that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You don't even got to be trained or, you know what I mean, how to deal with bullies to not say that dumb shit. I'm just saying. And so imagine what it sounds like to a kid. You want them to be these great people in life. But yet, some of us forget there's things that go on and then be dealt with for them to be that person. But they can still be great. So don't make one seem like just because they have these obstacles or these things going on with them that they won't amount up to anything. You don't need that tagged along with it, you know? Where's the empathy? You know? I mean, 2017, I just, there was a story of a beautiful, beautiful little girl. It took her life because she was being bullied at school continuously. Parents would call the school, tell the school, had another sibling. It was happening to her too in the same district. You know, they were trying to actually pass a law because to that schools, no matter what the case, verbally or somebody, you know what I mean, either way, the parent called, the parent come in, that they must document these things. They have to document, and verbal is just as on the high scale as physical. Because sometimes they're like, well, it wasn't physical. It's physical, okay, yeah. But if it's verbal, bullshit. Okay, they're both wrong. They're both just should be treated, just the same. Because what's after the verbal? And even if not, maybe we just don't. You have to just address them both. It's not up to us or to you or you to decide which one is more important. Because God forbid that day when you hear that something that unfolded, tragic events that you possibly could have helped change. We don't want to hear your woulda, coulda, shoulda stories. You know? I don't see how a lot of people in the world see fit to teach these kids anything when our own shit ain't right. Get our own thinking together. You know? That's why I really watch who I deal with and whose words come out of whose mouth. Because I'm adding the pieces up. I'm like, well, you can clean this stuff up over here, honey, before you go around, trying to maneuver this over here. So something's not adding up. You're talking the talk, but you damn sure ain't walking the walk. Okay? A person will tell you they care in a heartbeat. We care. We're going to bullshit. Because if it didn't change, then they didn't care. Because I promise you, there is something to be done. You ever hear someone say, sorry, but there's nothing we can do about it, get your shit and go. Get your kid and go. And you know what's next. Take it to the next level. Because that's a lie. They have things in place. Do your research. Ask around. Don't just don't go off of just that person's. Of course, they're not going to tell you everything. This poor family, oh my goodness. And then to top it off, after their daughter hung herself, a few days later, online, these kids, whomever was that were bullying the young lady, went online and kept it going. And it got really ugly and nasty after she had already passed. And they put this horrific things, like just memes and stuff, with talking about the daughter and her in a gravesite and the mom. It was just horrific, and I felt for the mom. You know what I mean? It broke her heart, because all you want to do at that point is you just want to hold your baby. You just want to hold him, tell him it's going to be okay. You don't have to do this, and the girl was so sweet, and she was loving. You could tell from the footage and everything, and then the father, how they spoke of her, how she loved her friends, and you know what I mean. But these kids, they'll just mess with her and call her ugly and call her names, say, look at your teeth, and put them online and say things. Look at the beautiful girls over here, now look at her, pretty ugly. It was disgusting. So the parents filed a lawsuit on the district. because I don't know if anything happened with the kids. But I'll tell you right now, if you're part of a bully situation, if you're the bullier, and things like this unfold, and there's no consequence, what does that say? That's all I'm going to say about that. What does that say? That you're okay with it. You know what I mean? Come on. And then the disgusting part was the people that responded to the meme and was laughing and adding to it. You're just as bad. It's just nasty. And where are the parents at? Come on. When's somebody going to step up? You send your kids' place to school. They're supposed to be safe. Okay? You have put them in the hands of a whole other party, a whole person. And you hoping you can trust them. And they fail. That's why I don't know, or we can't do anything, should never come out of one's mouth. Because if that's the case, you shouldn't be in business. And you should not be taking people's kids. It should be, let me handle this and take every precaution that you can, okay? And make sure you check into it to make sure those precautions are there, parents, okay? Call them on their shit. Excuse my language, but I'm pissed. I'm over it. And that's just what it is. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, okay? Trust. And I'm not the one. You know, not especially when it comes to my child. I'm a mom first. I'm a parent. I'm a child of God. Yes. And I'm a parent. I'm a mother. And I'm going to always be my son's first and hugest advocate. So that will never be a problem. Okay? If it seems funny or fishy, whatever it is, parents, check into it. Just check into it just because. Okay? But yeah. So my heart goes out to that family, to all families that have been through such a tragic, it's like, I don't know, guys, I get emotional, and then it just pisses me off. The part that pisses me off is the lack of concern. You know? But, my heart goes out to these families. My heart goes out to the families that are just dealing with any sort of loss. You know? Any sort of loss. Sisters, mothers, cousins, brothers. Just, any kind of loss. Even a pet. You know what I'm saying? Because people love their pets. I worked with someone. She had her pet since her daughter was a baby. Her daughter's like in her mid-20s now. Okay? So that dog had been such her child. And she was so brokenhearted for like a week or two, and I totally understood, because she was just talking about this dog all the time, and it was just like her world. And so, let's not minimize with love, guys. I know I've had pets, and I've lost them too, to the point where I didn't really want anyone anymore, because I didn't want that feeling ever again. So that definitely, it's the ones too that are losing their best, that have lost their best friends. But I just, had to touch on that matter again. And I'll do it over and over again. And again and again. Until the day I die. I'll never stop on this advocacy. And I really hope that you guys join with me. Any and all are welcome. Don't just sit to the side and be like, it ain't me. Because it says a lot about your character and who you are. Anything goes a long way. Some words come on the show. It is not always financial, but of course, everything needs some money to get things going. These kids need us. But don't let that stop you from just wanting to be a part of. Your support doesn't always have to be tangible. It could be just your great heart and all the things you can bring to it, from ideas and everything. Don't let it stop you. You're more than welcome. I know I won't stop you. I'll embrace you. Thank you so much, guys. Brandy Joy, a voice to be reckoned with. Tune in soon, though. I have a guest by the name of Colt Kaufman, and then I'm also going to be on his show too. And just know that this is still a great time of the year, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and just for the best, and that I hope that everything that you want and desire and that you deserve in 2020 comes your way. All right, peace.